So today we're going to be getting into the history of Mobile Legends, and today we're going to be talking about a banned team. A whole team? I don't even know what could have happened, but let's go ahead and find out in today's historic video from Btoski. Let's go ahead and check this out. Moonton banned this team because they played a different game. My 2 cents. Oh, we got an opinion piece. Let's go.
As you can see from the title and thumbnail,
This
this
was
is not
3
going
months
to be
ago.
the typical content that I usually make. If you have been a long-time viewer, you probably already know that I personally don't like to be involved or talk about drama stuff and whatnot. But this issue has gotten so big that I have no choice but to cover it at this point. Many of my peers have been telling me to give my opinion about this issue, and also I've seen many of you guys asking me to talk about this as well, so here we go. First of all, for those who have no idea what am I even talking about or just want a quick recap of this incident, let me quickly brief you.
This is the Esports World Cup 2025, and it just got bigger.
Esports World
So
Cup.
the EWC, Esport World Cup 2025, is about to take place very soon, from July 10th. And you already know that when the name includes the word World Cup, that usually means it is the biggest, most prestigious event of said sport or game. Mobile Legends is one of those games that participate in this EWC, and many teams from different countries have qualified and are taking part in this event, hence the name.
Did I see chess?
Many teams from different countries.
Chess is on here? Yo, okay, so that's crazy.
have qualified
Shout
and
out
are
to
taking part in
chess.
this event, hence the name World
What
Cup.
other games did they have? Apex Legends, okay, Dota, Fatal Fury? Fatal Fury? Really? Valorant? I'm not surprised. Honor of Kings, League of Legends, Dota, Honor of Kings again, PUBG, StarCraft 2. Yo, shout out StarCraft 2. Black Ops 6. Warzone. Siege. Okay. PUBG. Cool. Tekken 8. Let's go. Street Fighter 6. Interesting. Counter-Strike 2. Crossfire. Okay. They got some interesting titles on here.
Qualified and are taking part in this event, hence the name World Cup. Now, we all know that Honor of Kings is a mobile MOBA game, and that usually means other mobile MOBA games see it as its competitor, and of course that includes Mobile Legends. So now, Soul/BTK, the team that is, well, was representing the NA North American region, has been suddenly disqualified by Moonton because 2 members of that team did a sponsorship livestream about Honor of King on June 27th and 28th.
Okay.
The dates are pretty crucial here, keep them in mind. According to the MSC 2025 rules book, which is the name for the tournament of Mobile Legends within the EWC, teams who have been qualified to play in the MSC from July 10th to August 2nd should not engage or promote any games that is considered a direct competition to Mobile Legends.
They signed a non-compete agreement contract. Why did they break the non-compete contract, bro? I already see where this is going. Let's continue.
And of course that includes Honor Kings. So the effective date is clearly stated here. From July 10th to August 2nd. The 2 Soul members did their live stream on June 27th and 28th. But now, some might argue that the dates are meant to point out when the tournament is taking place and not the effective date when these rules applies to those qualified teams. Okay, that's a very fair point. But think about it. If the language of that statement is to be interpreted this way, that means that anything that has qualified for this tournament could forever be bound to these rules indefinitely. It doesn't really make sense, right? But some might say that's such a dumb statement to make, because common sense would tell you that it's obvious that this applies from the moment the team qualified until the end date of this tournament.
So that's the thing, man. It implying what the rules mean versus what the rules say are totally different. I'll give you guys a small example. I met an entrepreneur out here. I won't say his name, but this guy basically was working in this company for a while, long time, basically became the head guy that was not the CEO. Like, he knew every rule, every regulation, and then when COVID happened, it was mandatory for people to wear a mask, right? So a lot of people would say that means wear a mask over your face. Well, he didn't do that. He wore the mask on his arm, he put the mask on his head, he put it underneath his chin, and every single person above him was trying to write him up over this, saying, oh, you're not wearing your mask properly, blah, blah, blah. But all the rules said was you had to wear the mask. It got to the point he ended up in the CEO's office, and he told the CEO, hey, you guys said you're going to fire me. I'm not going to get that jab. Let's go. And then the guy in charge, he was saying, you know what? Hold on. And basically, long story short, they were pressuring people to get the COVID shot. He didn't want to get it, and nobody can force you to get something you don't want to get. You have autonomy over your own body as a human being, and a lot of people don't understand that. And there's two people in this world. There's two people. There's going to be one that shuts the fuck up. They're going to do whatever they're told. They're going to kiss ass, and they're going to make it, but they're going to be held underneath somebody else's thumb. And then there's going to be the other guy that does whatever he wants to do, but he follows every single rule in the rule book. So they can't get him on something that's not in the rules. All this game, all life is a game of choices, and it's a game of rules. As long as you're following the rule book that people give you, you can bend the rules into your favor. So yeah, you can wear the mask on his arm. They tried to write him up. They tried to get him to talk to somebody. It came to a point where even the union, they were like, you can't do anything about it because he's wearing the mask. The rules doesn't say you have to wear it properly, or there's a specific way to wear it. And this goes for every rule. It goes for this rules as well. What does the rule say versus what the rule is implied? They're two different things. But how it's enforced, it can be totally different. But let's continue.
But remember, seeing things are not stated clearly, especially the date, common sense is no longer in the picture, and now it's all about interpretation.
Interpretation is a motherfucker. Sense,
almost any professional would think that the dates stated in this rulebook are the effective date. Almost any rulebook and contract always have an effective date clearly stated in the document, and by effective date, it means when is the start and end point, and you usually can find them very early on. It makes things clear, it gives legal clarity, and prevents misinterpretation to all parties involved.
Boy, misunderstandings about
So in the point of view of any professionals, the moment they see those dates, it's almost no-brainer that those are the effective dates, especially because in the rest of the rulebook, it doesn't state any other effective dates. But in reality, none of this truly matters, because in the end, this is a rulebook, and in it clearly states that it's up to Moonton to enforce whatever rules they want,
I see,
or punish those who think they are not doing things to Moonton's best interest.
I see.
It's totally in the right, because it's their game, their tournament, and they pretty much can do whatever they want to do.
They can.
I mean, any game, company, restaurant, store,
it doesn't
shop,
matter. Yeah.
or whatnot. Nobody wants to promote their rivals, right? So it's totally fair game. But now, even though it's totally in the right, and it's totally illegal what they're doing, the big question is, what will be the public opinion once they see this kind of power move of the big guy versus little guy scenario? Because by disqualifying this team for something as silly as this from this mega tournament, Moonton is literally stripping away a good chunk of their livelihood from all those who are affected by this decision.
Absolutely.
In the tournament that the NA teams had to play in order to qualify for this eSport World Cup, the prize pool was only in the form of diamonds. There was no cash prize at all.
What? Are you serious? So you advertise the game, you play for the game, and the only compensation is in-game rewards, so you can spend more money on said game and promote said game even more. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I've been around the world. I've seen many a contracts. I've taken many a contracts myself. This right here, this is something you're doing either because you really love the game, or you're just you have to do it because it's like this is your career. So now it doesn't even really matter. You just got to put on and hope some other type of sponsorship pays you for being first place within the 2025 world champion, which, right, like, so sure. I mean, I think it's a dick move personally, right? If I'm a $1 billion company and I'm holding this tournament, I want people to play their hearts out. I'm going to give a big ass reward because I believe in just sharing the money. There's some people that don't believe in sharing the money. They only believe in, they're crocodiles. For everybody in the Philippines, they're legitimately crocodiles. They just eat. They don't share with anybody, right? You can see this in life. So it's not like it's something that's not a thing. If you're not willing to share the cash prize with your best players, who are you willing to share it with? maybe shareholders, maybe investors, but I think everybody should be eating off the cake. I can't be the only one. Like, if you would have put $200,000 on the line for first place, I guarantee you more people would have played their hearts out versus 200,000 diamonds. And the glory of being first place, and like first place, second place, third place, like it's cool for like trying to get some outside sponsorship, some outside momentum. But it would be nice if the corporation that you're playing for would actually also pay you some money. Like I can't be the only one thinking that. I cannot be. There's continue.
No salary, no exclusivity contract, no Moonton sponsorships, nada.
Boom.
I mean, I truly respect these NA players because somehow their stomach has evolved to the point that now they can eat diamonds to survive.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of you guys didn't know, but how franchise league works is there's revenue splits. You know, it's just standard. So I would easily assume that the in-game badges that you guys purchase, the sales for the
that would go towards funding the prize pool,
whatever the in-game badges or recalls. All of that has a direct revenue split with the org.
That would be great.
I don't know whether the players see any of that, but it has a direct bonus split with the org.
So it does split with the organizations. So all these teams here, every time you buy one of these team skins, it goes into the organization of the teams. It should go to also the players because the players are the ones that represent the organization to begin with. It doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't split it with the players unless you're just greedy. Or unless you want to say, oh, we're going to use it to, I don't know, marketing. Sure, you could say you put it in marketing, but you still need to split it with the players. It doesn't matter, bro. Like, without the players, you have nothing. Without the consumer, right? You guys purchasing the stuff, they have nothing. You guys have all the power. Like, so many people forget. With numbers comes power. All of you that are purchasing, all the money should be going into the prize pool. In Street Fighter, they do this. Whenever you buy a skin in Street Fighter, that goes into the prize pool for Capcom Cup. All of the stuff that puts in the community needs to be feeding the community. This is just basic knowledge 101. If you want to have more money, you should be sharing the money. If you want people to want to do things, because humans only do things in their own interest, you should be willing as the big guy to share with the little guys so the little guys have a bigger incentive to put on a bigger and better show. So there's a bigger and better show, more people spectate, more people purchase, more people purchasing contributes to you having more money in your pockets. And the only thing you have to do is share it. That's it, bro. You just got to share 10%. 15%, 5%, 2%, here, there. You still got 80, bro. You still got the large majority share of the wealth. But you're not even willing to share that much out. Bro, human greed is a motherfucker. I swear it is, bro. And I can't wait for God to come back and just destroy all of this stuff. Restart, rebuild, give us another version of the game because this version of the game is fucked up. Let's continue.
In the US, where the median house, but in the US, we don't get any of that, right? In the North America region, the player don't get any of that.
That's a shame.
Okay, the path to power emotes that everybody loves and use in the game.
Nobody gets that.
Professional tournaments, you guys know, I think use that all the time.
Yeah.
The players in the team don't see a penny.
That's a shame. That's an absolute shame.
So
me personally, I would boycott just off of that alone, bro. Like, y'all literally should be doing something for these big people to give you something. They're not going to give it to you for the good graces. They don't believe in that. You guys legitimately need to start boycotting. You guys need to do these internet blackouts because that shit actually works. I was literally watching a case of basically another long ass story short. There was the government, no surprise, the American government was trying to do something messed up by lobbying and pushing bills to have more internet censorship, to have internet providers share your personal private information. And it took a couple activists to reach out to big corporations like Facebook, Meta, Yahoo, Wikipedia, all these other places say, hey, they're doing this. This is going to destroy the internet as a whole. Let's have an internet blackout for 24 hours. They agreed, and when the internet blackout happened, millions of people that didn't even know that this was happening, they all got this message when they went to visit their favorite site saying, hey, they're taking your internet freedoms, lobby to Congress, here's the Congress number, and millions of people called. And all of those senators that were going to pass this bill to destroy the internet, immediately they all just backed off. They all just pushed back. They all just stopped doing it. And then they fixed everything and changed everything back to being good again. You guys need to stand up for yourselves. You got to stand up for your rights, because if you don't, it's just going to get taken away. And nobody's going to help you. Nobody's going to save you. We all have to band together. This is why I'm saying this in this video. I am willing to be somebody to speak up and say, yeah, whenever there's a bad business practice, somebody needs to be held accountable. Somebody needs to be liable and pointed at and say, hey, what you're doing is not a good thing for the entire community, bro. There is such thing as killing a golden goose. MLBB, HOK, esports as a whole, these are golden gooses. Not one point in time in all of history, all of mankind, all of being a human being, could you ever just sit on your ass and play with this and make a lot of money. That was never the case ever until now. So why would you not want to say something? Why would you not want to keep this around? I would love to see more young millionaires. I would love to see more people living their best life. I would love to see more people in this game of capitalism be able to actually feed and wash their ass properly. I would love to see this. I hope you would too, man. Hit the like button and share it with a friend, bro, because I'm willing to say what a lot of motherfuckers aren't willing to do.
I'm here to talk about my experience and opinion about this whole situation. I've noticed that me and Zane especially getting a lot of heat and blame about what's going on. I just want to say that if I knew this would have been the result, definitely I wouldn't have taken the deal in the first place. And then we talked with the team as well, and then we talked with the agent. We asked Dave, can we back out on the deal and then play the EWC? But obviously the contract's been already signed.
Yeah, you can't do that.
We cannot back out on the deal.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Because they'll be breaching the contract.
Yep.
And then
you would be
breaching the
double
contract
fucked.
is far more severe than what Moonton has been threatening us with.
Absolutely.
So we had to proceed with the stream. That was the only reasonable or
that's the only play you had.
We could take.
Yeah.
And then we were just hoping on that Moonton wouldn't go this far to just ruin our career. I just feel very sorry for everyone that expected us to do well, supported us. I'm sorry it happened this way.
And this hurts the fans, bro. This hurts the fans. Like, I'm not even mad at, bro. I'm not even mad at people that take the deal, because at the end of the day, people gotta eat. And what I just saw, people ain't even getting money for the prize pool. They only get in diamonds. So like, yeah, these people are hungry. They're starving. They have family. They have a responsibility. Being a pro player is not easy. A lot of people think you're just playing a game, but whenever you're playing a game and you're making money, bro, there's a lot of other aspects. Whenever you're an entrepreneur, you're a businessman, you're part of a team, and you're part of a team that's competing, and you're a competitor, and you're an entertainer, and you're a streamer, you make videos. It doesn't matter. You do things other people aren't doing. You have to put on, and you have to be a man, and you have to be able to provide. You can't provide off just getting prize pools of in-game assets. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna help, bro. Like, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the other person that took the contract. Like, sure, they should have looked. They should have looked into the contract, but like, say, maybe he had bills to pay. Maybe he had rent due, and he was low on funds, so he took the contract so he could get some more money. And not only that, he's streaming. He's entertaining his chat. He's entertaining his community, right? So like, now he's being punished. Now the community's getting punished as well. The viewers, the fans are getting punished as well, and like, it's over somebody else's ego. And I can understand you don't want to show off your competitors, but at the end of the day, competition is what breeds innovation. Competition is what gets people off their lazy ass and make things better for the consumer, for you, the viewer. Competition is what makes things better for you, the viewer, the person that's just watching. So everybody's like, oh, they're going against the competitors. They're showing the competitors good. Absolutely. Show what the competitors can do. Show what HOK can do. Show what Dota can do. Show what Smite can do. Show what League of Legends can do. They should be competing. The players, they need to be the ones in power. They need to be the ones to hold the cards to say, yeah, well, I'm an entrepreneur. I think this deal is better for me and my community. I'm going to do this. They should have the ability to do this. They absolutely should, because that will allow things to become better. If Moonton, they want to have the best players, they need to provide the best service, period. You want to have the best this, best that. They got the best right now because people are falling in line. But when people wake up and they realize, hey, there's a better deal, that's when they start going over here. When the Saudi Arabians, when they bought esports, when they bought the Street Fighter, the Capcom Cup and Evo and all this shit, when they bought all that, everybody was looking at Saudi Arabia like, damn, they really have $1 million prize pool. Let me go ahead and go play for the Saudis. Even though, like, conflict of interest, sure, the Saudi Arabian government might not be the best people on the earth. At least they paying. At least they giving money. At least they breaking bread versus playing for glory. And the only ones making money are the people that already own the rights to everything. They're not sharing. They're crocodiles, bro. I don't like crocodiles. I like sharing. I like if I make $1 billion, I share 1 million. I like if I make $1 trillion, I share 1 billion. That's the type of person I am personally. And I know a lot of people, they don't got that mindset. They just me, or only their family. And I'm not sitting here to say that if you only care about your family, you're a bad person. Absolutely not. Care about the ones that you care about. The world don't owe nobody nothing, period. Nobody owes anybody anything, period. I'm just saying, if you want to have the best stuff, it's probably better to share, because as human beings, if you study anthropology, you will understand that collaboration is what got us this. Collaboration is how you have the 17-story building with the pool on top of it. It didn't take one person to build that. It took a whole team of people to build that. And it takes a whole bunch of people to run it too. It takes hundreds of staff to run it too. Maybe they should get paid. Maybe it shouldn't only go to the elite, to the top. Maybe it shouldn't just go to the one person that maybe had the idea, because just having the idea ain't shit. Anybody can have an idea. Who does it take to build it? Who does it take to create it? It takes a whole team of people, and I think those people should be compensated equally. They should be compensated for what they're worth. They helped, they created it. These players, they're playing, they should be getting paid. Why not? Let me know in the comments below what you think, bro. Share your opinions. Let me hear it.
Anyway, my biggest takeaway from all this is that Moonton, by saying no promo to the rival games and doing all this, they ironically, accidentally, and indirectly created the biggest marketing campaign for Honor Kings.
Of course they did.
They couldn't be happier with all the press they're getting. And they are definitely capitalizing on it, because the very same day this disqualification was announced, they posted something along this line. Hey, doesn't matter what mobile games you like to play, everybody's welcome to join and play Honor Kings. Well played,
competition.
Sir. Well played.
Competition. There's one king at the throne, there's 5 kings in waiting. You want to be at the best, you better stay on top of your game. You better not get complacent. You better not get lazy because you the king, you think you the shit, because somebody's going to come up with a dagger right behind you. Ching! And then they take the crown. Guess who's king now? Somebody that's willing to share.
Recently I've seen that a lot of big names, like creators and pro gamers with huge following, are now signing exclusivity
from legends to
Honor
kings.
Also, Moonton, by doing this power move and showing zero interest and care in the NA region, is kind of galvanizing the entire NA community to move on from Mobile Legends and play a game that does seem to at least care a little bit more about the other regions and not only a specific group. I'm starting to suspect that whoever approved of this maximum punishment power move from Moonton's side is either an imposter or the biggest Honor Kings fan. There's absolutely no way they thought it was going to be a good move. Anyway, that's my 2 cents in this matter. I probably won't be talking about this again, unless there's a major update of this incident.
Yeah, let me know if there was.
Well, it is what it is. See ya.
Yeah, it is what it is till it ain't, bro. It is what it is till it ain't. This was an amazing video, and it was an amazing reaction. I hope you guys learned something. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this breakdown, and this isn't the first company to ever screw their players. This isn't the first, and this isn't gonna be the last company, right? You guys got to stay on your games. As the fans, you guys need to support the players. Never support just the company. Like, there's some really cool companies, right? There's some companies you could really look at, like HoloLive. You could look at them and be like, wow, that's a cool ass company, right? Or that might be a cool ass CEO. But at the end of the day, the company only exists because they're providing a service. And when they're providing a service, if the service isn't good, you should go somewhere else. You should go to the competitor. As long as the competitor has an equal or greater service value, those are the people you should go to, especially if it involves entertainment. If they have players, if they have entertainers, if they have the streamers that are getting screwed by said company, you should always support the person that's actually in front of you, the person that's doing the song and dance, the person that's streaming, that's playing. Those are the people you should be supporting, because they're just like you. Somebody that's willing to work their way to try and get to somewhere they want to go. That's it. The people at the top, they're already at the top. But when you're at the top, there's only one place you can go if you don't stay on your game, and that's down. So yeah, I hope people were able to learn from this lesson. I'm glad to see Honor of Kings stepped in and they said, hey, we got a game and we'll treat you right. Hey, that's a W, right? That being said, also content creators, entrepreneurs, entertainers, whoever you are, read your contracts, be careful with your contracts, because this was a contract issue. And at the same time, when it came to Moonton, that Moonton contract, it was pretty BS as well. So you guys, I get it. Not everybody, again, there's two people that I learned from that entrepreneur that I met the other day. There's only two people in this world. There's people that'll shut the fuck up and grit their teeth and do whatever they're told, which is fine. You know, it's not everybody can have the balls to say and do the things and do what it takes to still be themselves and do their own thing. It's safer to be in the group, right? At the end of the day, we're all sheep. So you're either gonna be in the herd, you're gonna be a black sheep, or you're gonna be outside the pen. And regardless of where you fall in, you gotta have that little bit of autonomy to pick what's in your best interest, because at the end of the day, humans only care about themselves. They only put themselves first. So you should be putting yourself first. As long as you're putting yourself first to help something greater, that's what I would personally advise and personally ask for. But again, the world doesn't owe you anything. The world doesn't owe me anything. Nobody owes anybody anything, which is why we create contracts to begin with, so people can honor the contract. It is what it is though, man. I hope these players are doing better. I hope they're getting compensated. This was 3 months ago, so I hope their careers are going up. Let me know. And I remember we did this video in the comparison and people were saying fried chicken. They said fried chicken was biased. This guy here, they say he was biased and he was salty. And yeah, I could see why. Like if you just had your whole shtick uprooted and turned somewhere else, I can understand why you would be salty and upset. That being said, when I watched that video, I didn't really see that. But that being said, I'm still new, so I don't know. Maybe he was saying shots that I couldn't see, and that's normal. I'm not perfect. I can't see absolutely everything either, right? I'm a human being just like you. So I can get why if you were saying, oh, he was talking trash about MLBB, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But I'm also not that invested in it anyway. I just like hearing the story. I like hearing the opinions. And as a former pro player, I would say he would probably be leaning more, I would hope he's leaning more neutral in the content that he's creating. But I could understand if he has that slight edge or that slight burn where he will, you know, take a chip at MLBB and then praise HOK a little bit more. I could see that. That's human nature, right? If somebody fucks you over, you need to learn how to fuck back. If you don't, you're just gonna keep getting And some people like it, others don't. So learn how to screw people back if they try and screw you over, man. Learn the rules and regulations, study the contract, study the game of life, bro, because that's all it is. It's a big ass game. And honestly, you winning as long as you can wake up every day and be blessed by God, period. And until next time, man, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Y'all have a good one. Shout out to my members. I appreciate you guys, bro. I shout out to the Discord. They sent in all these videos, so we'll be checking out some videos, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with your boy. Y'all rocking with me, I'm rocking with y'all. So let's go ahead, make this content, have a good ass time, and speak the truth, because that's all I do. And until next time, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.